Welcome back, lads, yet again to another episode of my Ulm Let's Play here, where in the previous episode we took a huge chunk out of Brandenburg and accumulating yet again a tremendous amount of aggressive expansion. In fact, accumulating yet again another coalition outside of the gigantic coalition that we have truce with. Pretty stressful stuff, but we are rising in power and prestige, and France is still under aggressive expansion, 50 aggressive expansion. However, these North Italians, not so much, and that is quite concerning. If we start getting these nations pulled in against us, that would be really stressful, without a doubt. A large war breaking out here. It's going to be interesting. Right now, Italy is surprisingly fractured between individual powerful Italians, and I was kind of hoping that it would not be this way. I was kind of hoping that there would be one or more northern Italian that was blowing up and becoming more and more powerful, and that way I would already be working on trying to transition Bohemia and or Austria out to that powerhouse that would help us in the future. With that being said, we do have a rival option open, and I feel like it is just simply too early to abandon Bohemia or Austria. So, unfortunately, not the perfect ideal rival kind of scenario here. I'm just going to go ahead and return the rivalry with Great Britain. A bit of a spoiler here, guys, but my plan is to actually own these German provinces, of course, high dev provinces, and to have good influence in what I imagine is going to be the most powerful trade node in the game. Of course, Genoa usually has greater potential, but the English Channel in of itself, when a generic game plays out, is usually the best, because as these colonies grow, it's just all goes straight into the English Channel, of course, being an end node as well. Now, yeah, Great Britain's going to be our rival for a long time, and at least our power projection is up above 50. Now, speaking of which, we've got quite a few things to do here, guys. I'm going to try to let's enforce religion on the Livonian Order, now that he's above positive relations, and then I'm going to pay off his little loan here, making him happy once again. So he is now Protestant. It's good to see, and I'm going to go ahead and help him convert up his territory. Now, he has divine ideas, giving him +1 missionary, but he hasn't unlocked missionary strength just yet. Some of these provinces are low dev. He should be able to convert them fairly easily, I would say. But let's free up our diplomat from that spot. Otherwise, I'm going to do a couple things, including I want to send a gift here to Mecklenburg, and then influence him. We're going to go ahead and grab him as a vassal. Our truce is up with Denmark, guys, and I decided that this is definitely the time to be going in against the Palatinate. Once and for all, finally. That's been a long time in the making. I expected to do this much sooner, but he abruptly entered into a personal union with Denmark. So, we do have favors with Austria. Perhaps he will help us out. Either way, I need to claim this territory up. Now, I do have a spy network advisor, and we happen to have this on as our trait of our current ruler. So, spy network construction, huge bonuses there. Let's hope that we can get some claims up here, up and running pretty quickly, and take over some of the Palatinate, which is definitely some valuable provinces, without a doubt. We did take a tremendous amount. It was about 1,000 ducats from Poland, which is really, really cool, because we need that cash. And speaking of cash, we've also got good income, so I'm really happy about that. Slowly generating some manpower, which is good, because I can increase my cannon size, my amount of cannons, if I deem that necessary. However, I do not intend to increase the amount of cavalry that I'm using.
I want this to be a really infantry focused. We're going to try to make the best of this infantry combat ability that we have here in the mercenary discipline that we have. I'm going to try to take advantage of this stuff. Going into the future, we're going to be very infantry focused. Now, this guy just left the coalition. So we would have to separate piece Venice. That's definitely doable. Do I have a claim here? No longer. Well, I might go ahead and take out Salzburg, but before we do that, let's acquire Mecklenburg. The other thing I was considering doing is this reconquest war against Novgorod, hoping that Denmark wouldn't back him up, but it looks like that might not actually happen. Alright, above 190 here. So next month, the beginning of next month, we can vassalize Mecklenburg. If I declare this war, take that out immediately. Yep, I'm going to position myself to separate piece some of these nations here. Interesting that we will stagger the truce with some of these nations as well. And a truce with Venice would be very appropriate. He just dropped below 50 aggressive expansion, so he cannot coalition us. I'll go ahead and break his alliance with France if I'm given the opportunity as well. Spy network not growing as fast as I would like, unfortunately, but still. Pretty good growth there. And that is our third vassal here. Naturally, we're going to try to utilize this reconquest at some point. So here we go. Can we fight all of this? I think so. It's going to be very difficult to separate piece Cyprus and the Knights, but yeah, primarily for truce time, and given the fact that we're not exactly doing anything else productive, I think this is the appropriate move to make. Really, I don't have access there. That's fascinating. Okay, there we go. Now, I was looking at this manufactory here, giving us 0.4 essentially ducats, but it also occurred to me that we're about to unlock textile manufactories. Although, if I core up this territory and I'm rushing down a humanist, that's going to put that off. Yep, I think in fact I will. I'm going to go ahead and build that, which will take a little while to get that up and running, but let's invest the cash while we have it. Getting nearer and nearer to 1550 here, guys, and of course 1550 means the printing press. Naturally, either way, we're going to be integrating or accepting the printing press fairly soon. But I think you get a bonus as a Protestant nation. It might actually just be Reformed, but I think you do as Protestant. So as we take more and more of the German region in the next 14 years, here's hoping. Nice. Insult Denmark while I can. I think our odds of it spawning in our own country are going to be fairly high. Now, in other news, Republican tradition's getting fairly low here, and I'm basically going to try to change government type. I'm going to remove something from the clergy. Influence is just a little bit too high there. So, I'm wondering what I should be doing with my diplomats. Improving relations with Muscovy. We don't even share our enemy of enemy, though. Shoot. Muscovy would be really, really helpful. Maybe improving relations with... You know, I should be integrating a nation, but my diplomat will be utilized for so long. It's a hard call. It's a hard call. Claims are important as well. Let's go ahead and claim Baden. Force limit comparison is quite formidable here, but keep in mind that a lot of these troops, some of them are the Knights in Cyprus, which may not be involved so much, and we can separate piece these nations, eliminating some of the troops as we go here. Definitely intending to do that. Saving this conquer new states for the age of absolutism, because it reduces harsh treatment cost, and that's when I intend to jam harsh treatment cost, or harsh treatment rather, gaining some absolutism. Unfortunately, we only get yearly prestige and technology cost -5 from our own German ideas as we continue on with them. Not overwhelmingly great. You know what? I'm trying to get some prestige there. I bet you our influence in Saxony is growing here, and I bet you if we moved this guy from Ragusa, it's hard to say. No, our trade might actually be as good as it's going to get. I was thinking if we transfer from Saxony to Rhineland, we might improve our economy, but actually we have better influence than I thought, because I think our caravan trade power from plutocratic, yeah, I think our trade is actually as good as it ought to be right now. So let's look at these provinces from the Palatinate. What is the most highly developed? 12, 13, 17. Okay, I'm going to start by claiming the most highly developed provinces here. Looks like Lorraine will be really easy to separate piece. I'm going to go make my way out to him. Colon, Bohemia, Bohemia will help us against Denmark. I think that's what we'll use his favors for. I'm going to try to do this one on our lonesome. Losing our claims, that's not good. Artillery cost is not good. That cost includes maintenance. So 20% cost increased the maintenance as well by 20%. We don't have that many cannons and we are wealthy, but don't like events like that. Looking forward to this manufactory finishing. So what's going on with the Italians? Basically, it's Tuscany and France versus all of the other powerful Italians. Apart from Venice. Tuscany's obviously suffering. His enthusiasm would be pretty low, but maybe France can carry him through. Lucca is the other war leader. Interesting. If France, for example, separate pieces the Papal State and Savoy, Lucca could end up getting wrecked, but at this rate, Tuscany's getting wrecked. So I wonder if Lucca would give any land to anybody. Otherwise, yeah, if Lucca expands, who cares? I'm intrigued to see if, the Pope expands or somebody like that starts taking over the region, because then I'm definitely going to be valuing them. Coalition actually dispersing slowly but surely. That's cool. Okay, those troops are going to be pieced out here. Nice, taking out Lorraine super quick. Excellent. I guess cash is the way to go. Give me your sweet, sweet cash. Force up to 53, by the way. Wow. It's almost like that one province mine in Mecklenburg, You'd expect them to give you about 1 force limit, but for us, it's giving us about 3. Force limit's really getting up there, and that's excellent. Gotta keep taking cash from nations where I can to be able to utilize these mercenaries. How many mercenaries do I have available? 23. That's a lot, but we could do with a mercenary more mercenary, additional mercenary modifier, like admin, available mercenaries, but I don't intend to take admin, guys, this time around. Okay, Baden got wrecked. He's no longer in existence, lol. I guess it's fabricated against Saxe. Switzerland. Uh-oh, one of my generals left. Thankfully it's not my 4-shock general. Alrighty. Get in some claims on the key provinces. So we're basically just going to annex this guy, right? That's what we're looking at currently. Yeah, it's going to PO Venice, but we're going to have a truce with him at least. So I'm trying to think, is that the appropriate place to claim Switzerland? We don't have a truce with him, do we? Oh, we do. From the coalition, okay. Coalition is in fact coming up though. Maybe I should be improving relations, guys. Bohemia's about to jump into the negative. We will get some aggressive expansion there, so try to keep Bohemia for as long as we can. It might be more important than the claims at the moment. Oh, Baden's back on the map. So be it. I'm going to claim him up, and hopefully he doesn't have any allies here. We can just grab that dude. That would be nice. I'd appreciate it if the Teutons actually don't sit here with me. Now, checking around the culture situation, guys, a few things I noticed that I would bring up in between episodes. This was converted to German culture. That's good, naturally, because I intend to own this entire area, and it's going to be culture-based, remember, guys. We need everything to be fully accepted. So that's significant because it means I'm going to have the whole area as opposed to give this to an Italian or accept that Italian group. However, unfortunately, we can see that the Danes converted this. So my options are to give, well, yeah, basically this area is going to be divided between, unless I accept Danish culture and own everything, it's going to be divided between ourselves and a Danish subject. Of course, this can be converted back to, because I can reconvert back to Westphalen. So, or Westphalian, I'm not sure how the appropriate way to pronounce that. I've heard both, but regardless, I could own these two and give that to somebody else. You understand the point. If we reconvert that back, otherwise, in terms of culture, the Byzantine core is disappearing. That's something that's unfortunate. I think Greek core will appear, and they can kind of be the equivalent, but that's one to keep an eye on. And otherwise, pretty standard stuff. Oh, Highlander. I think that begins as Highlander. So Great Britain's actually, I think, converting some of the Highlands to Scottish. I'm not 100% sure, though, actually, about the border there. But honestly, I wouldn't... That's something we're restricted from doing. But I wouldn't be too upset if the AI did it for me. Like, eliminated a small, obscure group like that. Alright, beautiful stuff. Coring up some of these provinces here. Now, I actually won't be stating it up just yet. An artillery barrage. Treviso. Try to move that along. The war rages on with Lithuania. Now, Muscovy attacked Lithuania indirectly. Kiev attacked Lithuania for reconquest and brought in Muscovy. Lithuania is shrinking in size, guys, and they're looking really nice in terms of reconquest. But the issue I find here, typically, is that he gets his cores cancelled. Doesn't seem to have happened this time around, but some of his cores will be disappearing. I'm definitely intrigued about a Lithuanian vassal here, guys, as he reduces in size. He's 64% too high cost, but if he's reduced by 64% to Novgorod here, guys, if Novgorod takes 64% worth, we could vassalize Lithuania. And I currently have CB on him. Oh, I did. I don't any longer. They've timed out. Let's try to get some claims here on Lithuania to hopefully make that happen. That would be epic. Oh man. RIP. Muscovy rivals us. I wonder who he changed. Lithuania. Yep. Lithuania to Ulm. RIP. Feels bad, man. Pretty much everybody hates us. We should be really glad that we pulled Spain. Because pretty much everybody else hates us. We might go for Portugal in the future just because we're lacking other nations, and he could help us out. Pretty much everybody's going to hate us, guys. Once Austria... I mean, we can't get France because of the Spanish situation. So once Austria and Bohemia abandon us, it's just going to be all of Europe versus us. Typical, man. Everybody hating on the Germans. They're just jelly. We might be able to befriend some Italians, though. That's why I was so intrigued about one increasing in power, and it's too divided right now. Okay. Definitely looking out for the opportunity to separate piece Venice. I'm not going to be able to get in this capital. And then otherwise, the knights in Cyprus, there's nothing I can do about that. Power objection is above 50 for now. Nice, Baden looks completely free. He does have Reconquest here, but it's only 7 development. We could vassalize him as well, but it's not worth going over the Diplo slot, I don't think. We're doing well on Liberty Desire, considering we enforced religion on these dudes. So let's go take out the Venetian troops. He's also military tech 11. And he has summon quality. So the Venetian troops are a little bit... Oh my goodness, he's got a 5 shock general. He's definitely a little bit concerning. That 5 shock stack. Okay, it looks like as of yet, that's the only fort that has fallen, but maybe Salzburg will take this one here. This guy doesn't have a general, guys, so he's looking really vulnerable. Okay, Baden, we got the claim on this province. Very nice. And he looks completely free. Yep, I'm going to declare this before he joins a trade league or something. Let's go. Hopefully, if he's stack wiped, yes. Hopefully he's demoralized enough to peace. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Can I get the... Yes, I can annul his alliance with France. That's what I'm talking about. Take some almost 100 ducats worth of cash. So now the idea is to stack wipe Salzburg, and then I suggest if we stack wipe them, after given some time, we're going to be able to piece them out. Alright, claims. We're fabricating on Palatinate. Let's get the additional claim on Anhalt so that as soon as the truce is up, I can go in against him. Because these are some nice provinces here. He looks like a good target, as he doesn't have any significant nation. He'll be a good nation to trigger the offensive coalition, if you see what I'm saying. Nice, he didn't siege this up there at the last moment. Take that for -10. That was a manufactory. Alright. Now building these two manufactories, I do want to do at some stage to help us spawn manufactories in our area of Lower Swabia, capital region. But Ulm is probably the best manufacturer I have available, but I need textile manufactories, which is this tech, to produce them in Ulm. Hoping for a stack wipe here, but he seemed to last too long. Excellent. That's what I'm talking about. So you guys gotta give it up, lads. Like, this is... you have to realize, like, I don't want to toot my own trumpet or anything like that. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing, but my point is, I'm proud of myself, guys. It's very, very stressful for me. The way that I kind of record these, I start uploading, you know, when I haven't achieved, or when I'm not even sure if I can achieve what I want to achieve. So, you know, fighting that coalition like that, guys, I mean, I'm sitting here pooping my pants. Like, it's going to be inevitable. I hope you guys understand that, those of you who are long-time viewers. It will be inevitable that eventually I have an idea for a new campaign, I'm excited and I'm hyped, and I start the series and I just get smashed. And I get GG'd. And there's nothing I can do. So I want you to be aware of that. But for me, it makes it that much more intense. Finding a coalition like that, and I know how important it is to actually achieve my goals, that we get this campaign moving. And that's why I'm being so aggressive. But yeah, there are a lot of players, guys, trust me, that would be just sitting around. But not me. And if I know it's gonna work or not, I mean, I don't at the time, you know. I just do what I can. Hanover is a good spot to develop, and so is that. So even though it's 0.8 and 0.7, I'm gonna Thuringen. I'm going to build workshops there. Now, there's nothing else I can really do against Salzburg except sit on him, but he will give up. He will give up. We won't have to go take Cyprus or the Knights out. He will give up eventually. So let's check. If I declare here, will Denmark back him up? Yes, he will. Denmark's doing just fine throughout the course of this war. Whereas, if we attack Denmark, Novgorod will not back up Denmark, and then we can go in against Novgorod. With that in mind, I might want to declare now before he pieces up. Oh, that's awkward. He will back up the Palatinate. For some reason, he prefers the Palatinate than Denmark directly. So that's not going to work just yet. Hopefully that war drags on a bit, and Novgorod wastes even more manpower or something to that effect. Now, how are rebels doing? Doing just fine. We currently have -5 unrest. And that's really nice, especially if we could get our stability back up. It's so expensive right now. But yeah, we're a very stable country. That's awesome. And I actually think I plan in the future with the idea groups that I intend to take to even be more stable than we currently are. Nice. Livonian Order converted himself up really quickly. It's good to see. Protestantism taking over? Not really. It's looking pretty weak. It's mostly just us. But still. Huge booming economy here in Ulm, which feels amazing. Like, we're going so aggro. But that's just how I roll. We don't even care. What's to worry about, lads? We are Ulm. We're the mightiest of the mighty. Then Bohemia is going to literally abandon us. So as much as I want to continue my seed, what is it called? Spy network progress here in Anhalt. Let's keep Bohemia above. If he falls to -10 after we take this province, which is nice development-ish, could happen if we don't improve relations, then he'll cancel everything. He'll just hate us, basically. So I noticed that Sweden has been loyal for a long time. Whatever was making him disloyal, he's beyond that. But there's one thing that I would really like to happen before I start expanding north into Denmark itself, and that's that he integrates Norway. It's actually key to my overall strategy, guys. That he integrates Norway. Now, the thing is that it's been well over 50 years. He could do it. And yeah, I hope he does do it. Because when I attack him, I want to take one Norwegian province and release Norway as a vassal. That's going to be important to my overall strategy. Power projection is not looking very hot, guys. If I can manage to attack Denmark here, that would be good. Okay. Coalition, surprisingly, is diminishing. I actually didn't expect it to diminish. I guess we're pretty strong. If nations are afraid of us, I guess we're pretty strong. But when this truce comes up in 2 years, oh man. If I'm preoccupied, like fighting Denmark, oh boy. Like, even if we keep Anhalt and this guy out, Saxe-Lonberg, I mean, the coalition is going to be a monstrosity again, right? Damn, dude, it's going to be huge. So this was very White Peace-esque in here in Italy. Very stalemate. Very stalemate-esque here in Italy. It's not often that it's this divided here at this stage of the game. Interesting. There it is. I have to do this while I can. Alright. By declaring on Denmark, our power position should pop back up. Apparently not, because I declared on his subject. Lame. I didn't realize that was the case. Okay. But we officially broke their alliance here, and the plan is to go in against Novgorod here shortly. But we'd have to deal with the coalition first. Yeah, man, we're doing super, super well with military. I love it. I'm gonna artillery barrage because I want this war to be pretty decisive, so that I'm not caught off guard too badly with the coalition situation. We might have to like declare here on Oldenburg to keep these nations out, and declare on Anhalt to keep those nations out, if you see what I'm saying. So that's about 6 total. We have the favors with Austria, but triggering the coalition by attacking anybody in the empire, Austria will not help us. Really? We keep taking admin-oriented hits, which is making me sad. We're supposed to be a savage here. We're supposed to be ahead, guys, with our Republic situation, and we're definitely ahead, but I'm investing so much. I'm focusing in admin, and getting down to -10 here. We're 1 tick behind, but we're also -10. Not the ideal circumstance here, considering I don't want to... I need to keep expanding. I do need to keep expanding. Power projection is not looking so good, but if we take land from his subject, we should get power projection, right? I'll check in the peace offer. In Poland's case, Brandenburg was no longer his subject. We're so rich, dude. This is awesome, especially when we're looting like this. I love it. Get some manufactories going in our lower Svabia, our capital region. Salzburg's almost done, I'm sure of it. Almost. Now, let's quickly check Denmark's troops. We've got more troops. Again, military points. Oh, not lucky lately, guys. Not lucky lately. Alright, Philip is 55 years old. That's not so good. Denmark's over here sieging us down. That's also not so good. So naturally my plan is to kind of siege up this area, come out here, combat him, re-siege the stuff. Novgorod expanded, but it didn't look like it was significant enough here, guys, to put Lithuania under 100. Nope. Nope. Muscovy seems to have attacked Novgorod. It seems like only yesterday that they were already doing that, but Novgorod is truly collapsing in that regard, it appears. Hopefully Muscovy takes actually his claims and doesn't take our core here of the Livonian Order. It suggests that that would be the case. He might take those two. The AI is very dumb like that sometimes. They will spend their points. Oh, Frankfurt! We just got 2 production in Frankfurt. Oh, the dream. So good. Love it. Let's turn off. I know we've got some development edicts around here. Let's turn them off. Make as much cash as we can. Production get in real high. We've got ticking war score, and there's really nothing that they can. Oh man! All right. Thank goodness it was not our good general. So let's roll another general. Let's roll another general. Oh yes! Finally, 5 shock, 5 maneuver, 1 siege, 2 fire. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's equip this one for the sieging. So let's compare his tech 11. It's annoying. Same tech as us. He's got aristocratic. Alright, he's weak basically. He's weak compared to us. We've got a really good general. So if he doesn't have a good general, we can smash him. Oh, 0 shock. Good. Sweden is 2 behind in military tech. Excellent. Alright, looking good. So obviously we're going to raise his war exhaustion a bit by sitting on him. Get some extra war score, raise his war exhaustion a tad. Go out here, crush him, hopefully defeat him, stack wipe him, demoralize him, peace him out. We're only really going for the 2 claims that I have. So let's check how much war score it is. 31. Now, do we get power projection? We don't get power projection? Damn it. I'd really like to humiliate him, but 71 will be... damn it. It's not going to happen. No! We're not doing well with power projection, guys. Got a truce with Poland. Damn it. Bump it up above 50 there, that's all I can do. Defender against Burgundy? So Burgundy thought that France was vulnerable based on the war he was fighting here. His ally Tuscany wouldn't back him up. And then he just attacked Liege, it looks like. Really? Burgundy into Liege, who's allied by France. Well, rip Burgundy. Whatever. So there's one less elector. I suppose it's because there's no Catholics. I'm wondering about dismantling the empire before the Protestant League. That would be really, really nice if we could pull it off. Oh. Spheres in a personal union, I didn't realize. This is woods. If we can make it up here before he sieges it down, we might be able to stack wipe him there. As he's out ticked by 2. Feels good, man. We might make it in. It's going to be close. Now I literally have no navy. It's not a stack wipe. Okay, the fort here is farmlands. I'm not going to keep it. Reduce war exhaustion there to save on 10 admin points. Cool, Bohemia in. I don't think we need him. Bohemia would help us, guys, but maybe we can call him into the coalition war that we're soon to fight. The truces are coming up, like, now. This year. Ah, man. We almost have the 30 war score against Denmark already. But I need to lower his enthusiasm. Rough, man. It's a rough life. It's a rough life being Ulm, guys. I guess I could just take one province, guys. I could. We annulled this alliance here. Like, this was profitable. I could just take one province because the coalition could be the end of us. I'll consider it. Basically, what I'd like to do is start this war to have them not join, start this war to have them not join, and perhaps start this war, like, kind of in rapid succession, hopefully. But I need to be in position to do it. Okay, diplomats. His war exhaustion is only at 3. That's not much. He won't even wipe peace as it happens. I want to rush down here and hit these troops. Every little bit will make the difference. But the truce is coming up now, guys. God dang it. I doubt this is worth much war score. Certainly not much enthusiasm. Okay. No, most of it's next year. I don't know why. I think I was looking at Mecklenburg. Most of it's next year. Yeah, phew. Beginning of next year. I thought it was coming up there last month, and that was stressing me out. But we seem to have slightly more time than I anticipated, which is good. That time makes a big difference here as we get some ticking war score, and his war exhaustion gets worse, declines. Eliminating even a little bit of his troops like that definitely makes a difference, guys, without a doubt. Sitting on a fort makes a difference as well. Sieging back that, getting a little bit of war score. Okay. So it looks like we will be able to take at least one province, which is good. I'll probably take that as it's obviously the better province, but it allows me to claim Alsace as well, so we can claim everything from the Palatinate. He's doing well on prestige. Oh, I don't know what the feature is. Somebody was telling me about the harsh insult. I actually don't know what that is, guys. The harsh insult. And you gain more power projection, maybe? Well, I don't know how to do that, and it actually hasn't occurred to me until, like, now. It's kind of too late. Power projection is once again below 50. Feels bad, man. Really like to push on for that, but we've only got a few months. Jeez, man. Maybe I should just take what I've got. My troops are not going to be in position to fight this next war. So close to getting that. I might have to be content. We'll see. January, February. It's the second month. Okay, let's see if we can acquire this. Nice. Muscovy did not take what we want ourselves. Now his capital was here. I would think he would put his capital in Russian land. But he didn't. He's accepting Estonian anyway. Alright. Well, I'm going to take Novgorod out here eventually. Get ticking war score, so we've got until next month. God dang it. Truces are going to come up. In preparation for these upcoming coalition wars, guys, I want to embolden myself here. We got a lot of cash. I want to appear intimidating, but I also want to have these troops here to help me out in the upcoming battles. There they are. Is the main bulk of it. So I basically wasted points here. Declare that war. This might give Denmark enthusiasm, I guess. Fighting other wars like this. Although these troops that we're hiring should worsen his enthusiasm. That unit is dead as a dodo. Oopsie. Yep. Coalition grows. Hamburg. I can't declare another war until a month has passed. Okay. So be it. I give up. I give up. I can't believe that didn't give me any power projection. I really thought that it would. You know, attacking our rival like that. Even declaring war didn't, because we declared on his subject, and then, yeah, what can I say? I'm just staggered, and then taking provinces from his subject doesn't do anything either. I'm trying to avoid... I want to just make sure that we're exiled here. So I can get all the way home, I don't have to worry about that. Alrighty, well, this war we can take out. Now, please allow me... Oldenburg's in, that's bad. Well, I have to declare this war, guys. But that's going to be next episode. I literally have to declare this war. I have to get all these guys outside of the coalition. Yeah, and then otherwise we're dependent on our current diplomacy. So let's go ahead and fabricate on the rest of what I can here. And that's actually going to be it here. I can fabricate on Alsace anyway. Calm down, monk. We're all good. We're all good. I can do it anyway because of Baden. I don't know why I didn't think I could. Yeah, I need my allies to maintain above 100, guys, so I'm going to be improving relations with them, and we're going to be fighting some pretty hard wars here by ourselves, but I'm determined that we can pull it off. We're too strong, and the fact that they're fractured means we can do a little bit of whack-a-mole action. It's not ultimately too difficult, but it's a little bit stressful because it's going to take probably about 4 months for these troops to get back over to my own territory. Either way, guys, surviving and prospering. Really enjoying myself. I hope that you guys are enjoying this too. According to this, we're stronger than France. Get wrecked, France. France didn't actually benefit from this war. Awesome. That's good for us. It didn't actually benefit from that war. Apparently, we are a greater power than France. That's really good to see. And I'm looking forward to some freebies like this in the future. That's going to be really easy territory there. Yeah, awesome. Having fun. See you next time.